sky, 'cause you're a sky full of stars. 'Cause you light up the path. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. 'Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you. You're a sky full of stars. I wanna die in your arms. Oh, oh. 'Cause you get lighter the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart. Oh, I don't care. In a sky full of stars, I think I see you.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome here to the Chapman Arena here in the Firebird Fieldhouse. It's another great night for basketball as the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds get ready to take on the Radnor High School Raptors. Hi, everybody. I'm David Shapansky, the voice of the Firebirds, joined by Caden Stewart. We're back here for another game. And Caden, after the big win the other night against New Hope Soulbury, the Firebirds come back with their undefeated record on the line.
I really want to see how Holy Ghost comes up and uses its momentum from Thursday's game. They don't have as much of a fan presence, but they still have that momentum. They're still undefeated, and they have the home court advantage once again. However, Radnor's is way better than New Hope. They're averaging just under 50 points a game rather than New Hope's 40. So Ghost needs to be more locked down on defense in the first half. They allowed 15 points in the first quarter to New Hope. So they have to make sure Radnor doesn't go at it and really go at it often fast in the start of the game.
Absolutely, Caden. All right, so for the first time, we had Noah the other night. We now have a new courtside reporter, Tyler Muller. Tyler, tell us one player you're looking forward to tonight for the Firebirds.
Oh, well, Shane Riley, after last game, put up 16 points coming off a very hot game. I think he's a key player to watch tonight.
All right. Thank you so much, Tyler, and we'll check back in with you in just a little bit. We also have tons of kind of entertainment planned for tonight. Mr. Profi, famous calculus teacher, will most likely be hopping on the broadcast, along with maybe Mr. Gerson. And, of course, if the Firebirds do win, we'll have an interview at the end of the game. So we just have about 60 seconds before we'll get into National Anthem and tip-off. But, Caden, I want to get back to one other thing that I want to talk about. The other night, the Firebirds had a lot of depth scoring.
Yeah.
They'll need that again against a very good team in Radnor who has a possible D1 commit in Jackson Hickey.
And they really will have to shut down Jackson Hickey on defense. But again, like you were saying, with this point differential on offense, you will need a lot of different guys because Radnor has a very good lockdown defense. And if there's just one guy like Seamus McDermott and Shane Riley, they will be locked down and the Holy Ghost will not be allowed to put up the points that they did in the last game. So, yeah, like you said before, they will need more targets.
Well, they'll for sure need good defense. Coach Chapman the other day talked about how good Sean McGranahan was, defending some of the best players on New Hope. And without further ado, let's turn it over to Mr. Barry Bessler, our PA announcer, who will have the introductions and the national anthem.
Use only positive words and actions to respect the game officials, the players and the coaches, and all other spectators. Thank you for your attendance and enjoy the game. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise at this time for the playing of our national anthem. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Chapman Arena of the Firebird Fieldhouse for tonight's game featuring Radnor High School and Holy Ghost Prep. It is Coach's first game tonight here at Holy Ghost Prep. Introducing tonight's starting lineups. First for the Raptors of Radnor High School. Number 33, Jackson Hickey. Number 0, Danny Rosenblatt. Number 13, Cooper Muller. Number 4, Charlie Thornton. And number 15, Pierce Justice. Head coach of the Radnors is Jamie Chadwick. Now the starting lineup, the Firebirds from Holy Ghost Prep. Starting guard, 6'1" junior, number 14, Seamus McDermott. At forward is 6'3" senior, number 0, Shane Riley. At forward is 6'2" senior, number 13, Dylan Sheen. At forward, 5'10" senior, number 41, Aiden Grant. And at forward is 6'4" senior, number 31, Ryan Sylvester. Head coach of the Firebirds is Tony Chapman.
Welcome back here to the Chapman Arena. David Chmansky, Caden Stewart with you here as we are just about ready for tip-off. The music, though, is still coming through the speakers. That's why I think we mainly haven't started yet. For the Firebirds, the starters will be Shane Riley, Dylan Sheed, Seamus McDermott, Ryan Sylvester, and Aiden Graham. For the visiting Radnor Raptors, will be Pierce Justice, Charlie Thornton, Cooper Mueller, Jackson Hickey, and Danny Rosenblum. Tip-off is ready between Thornton, as an advertisement plays here on campus, between Thornton and Sylvester. It is coaches versus cancer night, and the tip is won by the visiting Raptors, and we're underway right on time, 7:03 p.m. Pulls the man to Danny Rosenblum. Rosenblum makes the move around Graham, back out for three, and it's good. Good start to the night for Radnor. Pierce Justice knocks down the three.
So Holy Ghost is more dominant on offense than they were on defense on Thursday, so it's more important to see how they do on this opening drive than they did on the defense.
Seamus McDermott gets things started at point guard. Here's Aiden Graham along with Shane Riley. Back to McDermott at the top of the key. Sylvester is also in there. The Firebirds are wearing the pink socks tonight for coaches versus cancer. Almost stolen. Firebirds fight for it, and now they're going to spring Pierce Justice. He's all alone, but Seamus McDermott does get back, but he did foul Pierce Justice, and Justice will go to the line to shoot two.
Smart foul by Seamus McDermott there. It was almost a guaranteed two if he doesn't foul, but now there's an opportunity to score for Radnor for less points.
Well, the Firebirds also struggled early on in the first quarter the other day. Now the opponent was a little softer than what they're facing tonight. First one is good for Pierce Justice. He now has all 4 points so far in this game. Second one at the line for Pierce Justice is good. 5-0 Radnor. Radnor are in the away black uniforms. Firebirds are in the home whites. Here's Aiden Graham to Dylan Sheed, being guarded by Justice. Sheed goes underneath to Sylvester. Sylvester back to Sheed, who goes back to Riley. Riley now trying to get around. Good defense by Hickey. There's a three by Seamus McDermott. Sham. The other way, here's Rosenblum, and it's stolen by the Firebirds. Here's Shane Riley.
So here comes the great offense that we know and love for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds.
Here's Aiden Graham. Graham back to Sylvester. Sylvester with the mid-range from the corner is good.
And just like that, it's tied up at 5, just 30 seconds after the 2 free throws.
5-5 game. Here's Charlie Thornton to Rosenblum. Rosenblum being guarded by Graham. Back to Hickey, who could be a D1 commit, and it's stolen. Dylan Sheed battles for it. So is Cooper Mueller, and it looks like Radnor will take back over. Sheed did a good job to knock it out of Hickey's hand, but couldn't stay with it. But the Firebirds will keep here, in fact. So far, a very competitive game, as we expected it to be in the open.
Say, Holy Ghost really needs to continue this dominance. They need to make sure that Radnor knows
Yeah.
this is our house. They need to go off a good start.
As I was about to say, Seamus McDermott makes the move to Sylvester, and Ryan dumps it in for the layup. It's 7-5 Holy Ghost.
So here comes another one of those Firebird runs. It's 7-0 on the point scale over the first last minute of the game.
Mueller back out to Thornton. Thornton now in the corner, gives it back to the top of the key. That's number 33, Jackson Hickey. Hickey makes the move against Sheed. He is fouled. And it will be an offensive foul, it appears here. It will not be an offensive foul. It was before the shot. It was on the floor. So it's a floor foul, not a shooting foul. The foul is against Aiden Graham, but not the N1 for Hickey, luckily for Holy Ghost. Underneath, good pass and inbounding, and Charlie Thornton, the junior, is there to put it in and tie it up at 7.
So at this point in the game, even though Holy Ghost is tied up at 7, they need to figure out who's a star on offense for Radnor.
There's Dylan Sheed with a mid-range that misses. Sylvester fights for the rebound, but he touched it out of bounds, and Radnor will take back possession. I want to say happy holidays to everybody out there if you're joining us just 1 week away from Christmas. There's Danny Rosenblum, the junior, who gets past the Holy Ghost Prep logo. Crosses half court, being guarded by Graham. Over to Hickey, who's being guarded by Sylvester. Hickey for 3 is no good. Rebound is fought for. Pierce Justice is able to come down with it. He was able to beat Seamus McDermott for the rebound. We're just about 3 minutes in here. Glad you could join us on this Saturday evening for basketball. Radnor and Holy Ghost all tied at 7. Wide open shot for Rosenblum, and it's good. Danny Rosenblum, the junior, gives the Raptors a 10-7 lead. McDermott to Riley. Riley has a good three-point shot of his own, makes the move towards the paint, but is blocked by Mueller. And it's stolen the other way. Cooper Mueller leads it up for the Raptors. Firebirds need to get back, and it's an offensive foul. Mueller went right into the body of Aiden Graham. Graham took it like a champ, and the Firebirds live to tell about some defensive miscues.
Hey, great play by Aiden Graham, but being a big body in the paint and being able to force the offensive foul. Now Holy Ghost with a chance to tie it at 10.
You can really feel the electricity in the building with two very good teams. Aiden Graham underneath to Sylvester, but it's tipped and stolen by Mueller. Mueller with 2 steals the last 2 possessions. That's over to Justice. Justice over to Mueller. That's Rosenblum now at the top of the key. Hickey going to work against Sylvester, and it's picked off, but she touched it last, and it will stay with Radnor. Inbounding will be Cooper Mueller, the junior. Gets it in the Justice. Justice back to the top of the key for Rosenblum. Almost picked off by Riley. Fighting for it is Justice, and Hill gets the layup. It's now a 5-point lead for visiting Radnor. Here's Shane Riley, and he's blocked by the good defense of number 4, Charlie Thornton.
So Ghost needs to hold on to this ball for a long time the next time they're on offense. They cannot be aggressive too early, and that's the one problem with a lot of turnovers earlier in the game.
Sloppy turnovers recently for the Firebirds. Pierce Justice. Hickey now, who could be a D1 commit. Pierce Justice. Thornton. To Mueller. Here's a drive by Hickey. It's stolen by Seamus McDermott. Over to Shane Riley, and it's in. The setup by McDermott and the execution by Riley. Firebirds have to get back, and kind of ruining the momentum there is Charlie Thornton. It's now 14-9, and it's an offensive clinic.
Hey, Justice and Thornton have really emerged as Radnor's top 2 scorers and probably 2 best players so far in this game. Holy Ghost needs to figure out a way to lock them both down at the same time.
McDermott locked down by Radnor's defense, gives it off to his teammate Riley. Riley at the top of the key. He shoots for 3, and it's good. Shane Riley. And it's now 14-12. Firebirds need a stop. It's Rosenblum over in the corner, thinking about shooting it as Thornton. He doesn't. Passes it back out to Mueller. Back to Rosenblum, being guarded by senior Dylan Sheed. 2 minutes and a half left to play here in the first. Glad you could join us. David Shapansky, Caden Stewart with you here on this Saturday evening. It's Hickey. Hickey, Rosenblum, Thornton. Graham tried to get on the steal there. It's back to Muir. Muir for the mid-range, it misses. Firebirds need a rebound, they don't get it. And picking up the kind of layup there is Charlie Thornton. Back to a 4-point lead for visiting Radnor, 2 minutes left. Sylvester back at the top of the key. McDermott, the junior, 180, being guarded by Rosenblum. Now McDermott makes a move. Seamus McDermott for three. It misses. Graham gets a good rebound. Underneath to Shane Riley.
Hey, good rebounding for Ghost is also going to be a very big key in the game. They can have all the good defense and offensive shots that they want, but if they miss, they need to be in the paint ready to go.
It's stolen by Riley. He'll spring Dylan Shee. Dylan Shee. Timeout, Radnor.
Hey, we are in for a good one, folks. 16-16, not even the end of the first quarter. However, Holy Ghost defense will need to show up. Their offense cannot hold on to this for so long.
Well, this has been an electric first quarter so far. Just 90 seconds left to play in this first quarter. We'll be right back here on the Holy Ghost Pep YouTube channel. Don't put on another YouTube channel. We'll be right back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, welcome back here to the Chapman Arena. David Chmansky, the voice of the Firebirds, with you, along with Caden Stewart. It's been a long day. We did a Coaches versus Cancer tournament earlier. This is like my 6th hour of broadcasting, but here we are. Cooper Mueller over to Charlie Thornton. Thornton, and it's almost able to be stolen by Sheed, but Radnor keeps. Mueller gives it off to 35. That's Cliff Smith for the first time. Firebirds almost force it, but Thornton gets it back near half court. Just a little more than 60 seconds left to play. Rosenblum thought about it. Good defense by Graham. Over to Thornton. Now over in the corner to number 13. That's Mueller. Mueller. Now there's a shot by Rosenblum, and good rebound by the tall Dylan Sheed. Sheed can give the Firebirds the lead. Just 50 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Sheed to Riley, who's almost stolen. Coach Chapman trying to get an offensive scheme here. 40 seconds left to play. 16-16. What a first quarter it's been. Glad you could join us. Sheed to Sean McGranahan, who checks in. Riley to McDermott, the junior. Seamus now controls things. Back to Aiden Graham. Thought about taking the three, fakes it. Is being swarmed by 2 Radnor defensemen. Back to McDermott, but it's picked off and stolen by Thornton. And there's a foul on the play. Whistle, stoppage of play.
So another thing that Holy Ghost want to capitalize on is there are multiple players on Radnor, like Hickey, that you know their coach is going to want to have on the court for a long time. So obviously they're going to be tired. Holy Ghost needs to identify when they are tired and to make sure that you don't give them an easy shot when they are, and just make sure they don't have a lot of time with the ball.
Ian Hendricks, the star of the game on Thursday against New Hope, checks in. Firebirds need a stop here. They want to keep it tied heading into the second quarter. Just 10 seconds left to go. The ball is in the hands of Rosenblum just outside of the point. Gives it to Thornton. Was able to corral the pass. 4 seconds left to go. Thornton makes his move. He shoots a three. Plenty of coverage, and it's good. Charlie Thornton ruins the Firebirds' parade and gives Radnor a 3-point lead. That will do it for the first quarter. We will have, I believe, Mr. Luke Profi join us coming up here in just a couple minutes to answer some rapid-fire questions, everybody's favorite calc teacher. We'll be right back here on the Holy Ghost Pep YouTube channel. Radnor Raptors leading Holy Ghost 19-16. All right, everybody. Well, welcome back here to the Chapman Arena, and it's everybody's favorite game. Maybe this should be a tradition. In between the first and second quarter, we have a teacher joining us, Mr. Profi, our calculus teacher. He is very generous with homework. Is the mic on? All right. Let's make sure it's not on. All right, hold on. Technical difficulties here in the booth. All right, there we go. All right, Mr. Profi, now is the mic working? All right, go ahead, Mr. Profi. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Luke Profi. I'm a Ghost alum of 17, And thank you so much for having me here, David.
Perfect. So, Mr. Brophy, you are now the moderator of NHS, who is opening the concession stands for the first time in about 2 years.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
a little bit about what that has meant to you. Of course, come back to your alma mater and not only teach, but to also help out with sporting events.
Yeah, well, it's great. I'm also co-moderating the National Honor Society with the wonderful Mrs. Fina from the Social Studies Department. And we've had a great time so far getting the concession stand up and running, making sure to continuing to sell some hot dogs, which we're having a ongoing competition throughout the basketball season here to see who can eat the most hot dogs in a single game. So encourage all the students to come out and try to win that competition.
When is that?
Oh, every home game. We'll have a running running tally.
Who do you think, who is going to win, you think? Is
Oh.
there your favorite?
Oh, I don't know, but I my bets are on an up-and-coming young freshman soul to take
A
the
young
crown.
freshman.
Yes.
All right. Well, Caden is here. Caden, do you think you can win the hot dog contest?
I mean, I hope so. I like hot dogs, so why not?
You
Give it a
like
try.
hot dogs. All right.
I also think maybe Mr. Heston could win the competition if he's not too busy coaching on the sideline. So my money on Mr. Heston. So yeah.
There's Hickey with a chance for 2, and he'll give Radnor a 5-point lead. Firebirds go the other way. All right, Mr. Brophy. But let's talk about your teaching side of things. Coming back to teach here at Holy Ghost, I mean, you're working on getting your
My master's.
Masters.
Yes.
That's it. Okay, hold on 1 second. Here's Shane Riley back to Ian Hendricks. 5-point lead for Radnor. We'll get back to that all-important question in just a moment. And Riley being double-teamed gets it back to McGrenahan. Good defense by Radnor. They throw it away. They spring Hickey. Graham is back, but Hickey has a wide-open shot, and they lead it by 7. All right, so Mr. Prophy, we have a timeout called by Coach Chapman, so that gives us some time to talk a little bit.
Oh, certainly.
So, coming back to teach, you went to college in Pittsburgh.
Yes, University of Pittsburgh.
What's their mascot again?
Pitt Panthers.
The Pitt Panthers. All right, so you go to Pitt, you come back here to Holy Ghost where you graduated from. What does that mean to you as a teacher and as an alum?
Oh, well, I'm super happy to be back here at HGP. It taught me a lot of valuable lessons and a lot of what I know, and I'm glad just to be able to contribute that back to our future HGP classes. So it means a whole lot to be back here.
All right, well, before we let you go, get back to NHS.
Yes.
5 quick-fire questions.
Oh, this is what I've been waiting for,
All right,
David.
are you ready? All right,
here we go.
All right, this is very important.
Okay.
Vanilla or chocolate ice cream?
Chocolate.
What?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yes.
All right.
That's the right answer.
That's the right. All right. I don't know. Both of them
This
are
isn't
good.
very rapid, David.
All
Come
right,
on, let's
do
go.
you call them Jimmies or sprinkles?
It depends on if they're rainbow or if they're all chocolate. Chocolate Jimmies, rainbow sprinkles.
All right. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
It's not. All right. Here's Dylan Sheed. We have 2 more. Sheed loses the ball. It goes out of bounds. Maybe you're not the best of luck, Mr. Britton.
Oh, thank you, David. Thank you. I can just walk out the door right now if that's what you want.
No, it's fine. All right. 2 more questions for you.
All
Here
right.
we go. Favorite subject other than math?
Math.
Other than math?
No, math.
Just math. Different types of math.
Probably chemistry.
Chemistry. So Miss Cooper's.
Yes, she made me like chemistry so much that I thought I wanted to study it in college. So quickly learned that I liked her more than I liked the subject.
Oh,
So.
okay. Well, Charlie Thornton misses that layup. All right, and the last question. I asked you earlier, I think I know your answer because I bought one here. Favorite candy bar?
Reese's Cups.
It is Reese's Cups.
It is Reese's
All right.
Cups, 100%.
Well, thank you, Mr. Purphy,
Thank you for
joining
having
us.
me so much so.
You can shut off your mic. There we go. We'll shut it off for you. Well, thank you, Mr. Purphy, for joining us. And we will see you in the NHS concession stand, which is, by the way, operating all year long at every home game here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. Firebirds down by 8. Second one at the line here for Charlie Thornton. Thornton is good for that one. So, Caden, a lot of things happened, but the Firebirds have played sloppy basketball here in the second.
I say they really need to make a comeback. They have not scored a point yet, and we're 2 minutes in. They need to hold on the ball on offense. They need to make sure Radnor does not have a chance to score.
Seamus McDermott to Dylan Sheed. Sheed drives in the paint and does the job. Dylan Sheed, the senior, cuts the deficit to just 7. Danny Rosenblum to Charlie Thornton. Thornton underneath the basket gives it back out to Rosenblum. Rosenblum to Thornton. Mr. Provy did drop his phone, by the way, leaving the set down the hole. We have a separation here within the stands. Seamus McDermott gets the rebound. There's Dylan Sheed. That's for 3.
There
and
we
it's
go.
Good. Dylan Sheed.
Hey, Here is the perfect run that we needed by Holy Ghost. They are slowing Radnor down. Radnor's starting to get worried. They cannot get cocky now.
Firebirds do have 4 fouls, though, in this half, to Radnor's only 1. Here's Rosenblum. Rosenblum to Thornton. Back to Rosenblum. Rosenblum, there's a 3 taken in the corner and just misses. Charlie Thornton took the shot. Rebound, Dylan Sheed. Under 5 minutes. Here's Ryan Sylvester. And Sylvester doesn't get it. Rebound. That's Ian Hendricks. And the Firebirds, Caden, are within 2.
The 7-point run. Basketball is all about runs. Holy Ghost cannot get down on themselves by allowing a run to Radnor, because he'll just get one right after.
Danny Rosenblum over to Hickey in the corner. To Muir. Muir back to Rosenblum, being guarded by Seamus McDermott. Now they switch. At the key, it's Hickey. Hickey going to work here against Sylvester. Muir underneath. It's Rosenblum who gets the layup. It's now a 4-point lead for the Raptors.
So they get Ghost with a quick run, but they cannot give up now. They need to keep practicing. They're not practicing, but they got to keep playing. They got to keep dominating.
And the Firebirds will keep here. That was almost dangerous near the scorer's table. Hendricks almost lost it. Ian Hendricks checks out. Checking in is Shane Riley. Also out there for the Firebirds along with Shane is Dylan Sheed, Ryan Sylvester, Mark Tomasetti, and Seamus McDermott. 4 minutes left to play here in the second. Glad you could join us. Great game on tap. A great interview with Mr. Profi. Seamus McDermott underneath, bounce pass to Ryan Sylvester. Just misses. Ryan couldn't grab the rebound, and Radnor will take over possession.
That one's just bad luck, but bad luck shots can get into the minds of players. Holy Ghost needs to make sure they stay focused on this defensive play.
Rosenblum to Hickey. Hickey, again, could be a D1 commit. There's Pierce Justice back to Thornton, and there will be a foul on the floor against Mark Tomasetti. Aiden Graham checks in for Dylan Sheed. Coach Chapman comes into this game with 904 wins. He'll try to get his 905th tonight, but it's going to take a very good effort by the Firebirds and a comeback. They were down by about almost 10 a little bit ago. They now just trail by 4. Rosenblum back to Hickey. Hickey, there's a corner 3, and it's good for number 15, Pierce Justice. It's his second 3 of the game, and Radnor leads by 7. Tomasetti loses the ball, costly turnover, and the Firebirds are now once again struggling to get something offensive going.
And once again, sloppy mistakes. They need to fix this at halftime, if even better, in the first half. There's only 3 minutes left. You want to focus on improvements at halftime. Just don't be down by a lot.
Yeah, and Coach Chapman always stresses the importance of making changes at halftime, as a lot of coaches do, but we know the impact that Coach Chapman has. Here's Hickey in the corner. That's Pierce Johnson again. Or sorry, Pierce Justice. Correction, I keep on saying Johnson. Pierce Justice makes the 3. It's his second in a row. It's the 3rd of the game. Underneath, there's Shane Riley. Cuts a deficit to 8. It's now 25-33, Firebirds trail. Firebirds have to hustle back. They do so. And now slowing down the pace are the Radnor Raptors. Out there for the Firebirds is Graham, McDermott, Riley, Tomasetti, and Sylvester. A weird pass, but it's caught by number 13. That's Cooper Muir. Cross-court pass to Justice. Justice going to work against McDermott. Got McDermott to flail a little bit there. Thornton lost it. Firebirds and Tomasetti come away with it. Here comes McDermott in transition, and it's lost. McDermott, bad pass. Hickey now takes it the other way with plenty of speed. Tomasetti falls down, and Hickey improves the lead to 10 over the Firebirds.
So Radnor's done a great job disguising Justice over Hickey. Hickey, again, the D1 committee's the big name on Radnor's offense, but Justice has been the high scorer. Ghost needs to figure out a way to lock down Justice, but yet again, do not let Hickey get open. He can then take over in the second half. But Justice needs to be shut down.
Yeah, Firebirds make some changes. It's Riley, McDermott, Sheed, McGranahan, a little taller, and then Aiden Graham. Sets the pick. They need a 3. Graham thought about it, didn't take it. Now moves to the key, off to Shane Riley. 90 seconds left here in the first half. Firebirds down by 10. Riley makes the move. Back to Graham Cracker. Aiden Graham thinks about it. Takes the mid-range, difficult, but does some Joel Embiid and makes a difficult mid-range. Firebirds down by 8. Here's Danny Rosenblum going to work against Aiden Graham. Hickey fakes the 3, gives it out in the corner. Now back out to Rosenblum. Rosenblum takes the 2 and it misses. Firebirds try to get the rebound, but Rosenblum gets his own rebound. Falling down is McDermott. There's a 3 for Hickey, and it's an air ball. And it goes beyond the backboard, and the Firebirds have a chance to cut the deficit here as they trail by 8. Mark Tomasetti, the junior, checks in for Seamus McDermott.
So he should be looking for a 3 here. And obviously, a 2 would be fine. It cuts the lead down to 6. But a 3 gains them a lot more momentum. The lead only gets cut down to 5. With only a few seconds left to go before halftime. Ghosts will come in with a lot more momentum.
Momentum is key in basketball. Firebirds are 3-0 on the season, including a win on Thursday against New Hope Silbury. They'll try to keep the undefeated record. They trail by 8 here at the end of the second half. Well, not at the end of the second, or end of the second quarter coming up here. 40 seconds. Sheed just missed the end one, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Dylan Sheed has a chance to get the Firebirds within 6. The foul goes against Michael Salvadov, the sophomore for the Raptors. Again, glad you could join us here on Coaches versus Cancer Night. And looks like we'll have just one shot here, so some sort of a technical foul here will be called against Radnor. And the Firebirds will get possession back. Sheed is good. He'll get another one. Firebirds down by 7. Down by still 7. So Sheed goes 1 for 2 at the line. The Firebirds, I believe, will keep here since it looked like a technical.
It should be keep possession for the Firebirds.
So the shooting foul was first, thank you, ref, and then the technical came after that. So here's the technical. Looks like it was against the Firebirds. Pierce Justice missed that one. So this is, I'm not quite sure what the ruling is.
So I've not seen this one before in the NBA. A little bit of a different one.
Justice hits net on that one, and it's now 36-28. That was odd.
So after all that, we break even.
Yeah, everybody gets a point. That was interesting for sure. Going to inbound will be Pierce Justice for Radnor. Justice to Rosenblum. Just 37 seconds left to go. Radnor could hold for the last shot. They're not in a rush. They lead by 8. David Chmansky, the voice of the Firebirds, with you along with Caden Stewart and Tyler Muller, our courtside reporter for today. 24 seconds left to go. Danny Rosenblum with the ball in no particular hurry. Out there for the Firebirds on defense is Tomasetti, Riley. Looks like McGranahan, Sylvester, and Colin Todd. Good defense by the Firebirds. 4 seconds. He's swarmed. There's no chance he's getting the shot off. Great defense by Holy Ghost.
Big plays don't just have to come on offense. They can come on defense, and that could very well be a momentum shifter.
It was
Great work.
Yeah, it was a team effort to stop them there, but Ryan Sylvester was the main guy involved. And before we head to halftime break, I should say, Tyler, give us a little bit about what you're feeling after that first half of crazy basketball. It was really a lot happening.
It's a hard fight right now, down by 8, but I think that the Firebirds are, after that momentum shift, should come back into a good second half.
All right, and we'll hope that the Firebirds come out in a second half comeback. We'll be right back on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. We have a 10-minute halftime. Firebirds trail by 8, but we'll see if they can stop that in the second half. We'll be right back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Halftime coming up. talk about the game? Yeah, right now. Can we talk about the game? Talk about All right, everybody. Well, welcome back here to a little bit of a halftime show. David Chmansky with you, the voice of the Firebirds, along with Caden Stewart, Tyler Muller, our courtside reporter. And we're joined by another special guest, our second of the day after Mr. Profi. We have Mr. Garrison, Holy Ghost Prep's president. Hi, Mr. Garrison. Welcome to the booth.
Thanks very much, David. It's great to be here. I'm really looking forward to chit-chatting with you, and I thought it's been a great half.
Yeah, for sure has been. So the first thing I want to talk about, we just got a new camera. Caden and I were talking about how good it is. The huddle, and that was all part of Giving Tuesday, a great initiative here on campus. So do you want to talk a little bit about Giving Tuesday? Yeah,
Giving Tuesday has been a great success for us. This is the second year that we've done it, and this year we raised over $43,000, and it was focused on a variety of items that faculty members, coaches, teachers identified, and we were able to fund fully 8 of those 10 items, and one of them was the huddle camera. And you're experiencing those results right now as folks are watching this game. It's the huddle camera that's bringing you all the video, and the technology is sophisticated, and we love it.
And it's been really cool because not only does the huddle follow the ball, which it does, but it also keeps track of stats. So you can keep track of who shoots the ball. I know the basketball team uses it specifically for stats. We use it more as a camera instead of having to have a camera person. But it really is a fantastic camera, and we're so appreciative here on the broadcasting team for the huddle.
And I love the sophistication from a technology standpoint, having the banner naming the schools and being able to see the scoreboard. Those features are really nice to have for that viewing public at home.
Absolutely. So the next thing we'll talk about, it is Christmas season. Kate and I were talking about it earlier too. So Merry Christmas to you and your family. We're coming up on it.
Thanks very much,
1 week
Dave.
from today. Happy holidays to everybody at home. And we've had a bunch of Christmas stuff happen here on campus. Christmas Carol, we had the Christmas concert. Christmas Carol was, if you don't
Christmas
know, for all those
Mass.
that don't, Christmas Mass. Christmas Carol was a play that was put on by our wonderful theater department here at Holy Ghost, along with our sister school, Nazareth, and a few other schools in the area. And then we had the Christmas concert, which was the other night with a bunch of our talented musicians. Tyler, our courtside reporter, was in the Christmas concert, and as Caden said, Christmas, an early kind of Christmas Mass the other day. So a lot of great events happening, especially Christmas related.
Yeah, and Christmas time I think is a very special time. It's a season of giving, of course, and we're, as a Catholic Spiritan school, we're remembering and recalling and preparing for the birth of Christ during this Advent season. But the kinds of things that we were able to host, I think, have just been wonderful. The show, A Christmas Carol, based on Dickens' story, was just fabulous, and to see those performers on stage and the added benefit of having them incorporate some music into what is typically just a drama was such a nice touch. I also love seeing from my standpoint, seeing so many guys on stage and seeing the girls from several of our sister schools involved as well, and so that was great. But we also do a lot of service initiatives, and we partnered with the Ben Salem Township Department of Public Safety, and initially they brought us 2 boxes for their Toys for Tots effort. Not only did we fill those 2, but we filled another 2, and the 4 of them were overflowing with toys when the fire department came to pick up those gifts on Friday. And it was just wonderful to be able to know we're going to be able to help some folks that are in need at this Christmas time. Just one of many things that we're doing to help others because it's so important to who we are as a school.
Absolutely, and we even had the other day at Mass, we had the collection, which went to the Fathers Guild, who were, I believe, buying presents for those in need and helping out. So fantastic initiatives here on campus.
Yeah.
All right, so the last thing I want to talk about is, here during this halftime, is it's great to be back, obviously, in an arena that is pretty full. I mean, last year it was just, you were here for the games where it was me, Tommy Palermo, James up on the stage,
right,
with maybe at most 50 parents plus the players.
I don't even know if there was 50.
Yeah. And, the other night with the student section, and, now it's, of course, we don't have the same student section we did the other night, Saturday night, but it is still a lot of fun, and it's great to get some sense of normal because it's been over 500 days since there was a packed basketball game here in the Chapman Arena.
That's remarkable to think that it's been 500 days, and it's just great to have our students fans coming out to games, parents coming out to games. I just think it's a wonderful sign of the school spirit and energy, and something that unfortunately COVID has dampened, but you can't really suppress that for too long. And a bunch of teenage young men, they're dying to cheer for their friends, and it's just been great being back, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's been great for us to extend the broadcasting program as well. You know, not be on the stage. We're right here at half court now this year. So,
well, David, it's wonderful, and I think we've had a great game. It's
yes.
great to see the team playing well, and this Radnor squad is
very good,
putting up some really good numbers and hitting the three a whole lot, I think, right? I don't know what the statistics are, but I got to believe it's a lot.
They've hit a lot of threes.
Yeah.
But hopefully the second half is much better, and we come back.
That's what I'm counting on. I think Shane will warm up a little bit and start hitting a few threes, and seeing a few other guys, McDermott, and just knowing that they're working as hard as they are, Ryan Sylvester, they're just all doing a great job. Dylan Sheed, all those guys out there are working hard, and I think it'll be a exciting second half, and I think we'll be right in it.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mr. Garrison, for everything. Thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast today.
My pleasure. Gents, thanks very much for having me.
Good
luck in the second half.
Thank you. All right, well, we are going to take a break. Caden and I are going to rest our voice a little bit. We'll let Mr. Garrison rest his voice as well. Really good interview. We'll be back in a minute and 40 seconds for second half action, where Caden, hopefully things go a lot better for the Firebirds.
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for much more action. All right, everybody, well, welcome back here for second half action, the Chapman Arena. David Chpansky with you here along with Caden Stewart. Caden, there's a lot of things the Firebirds have done well in this game and have done all season so far, but a problem they had in the second quarter was turnovers.
Yeah, and a big one. Radnor scored more than 10 points off of turnovers, as they have 36 total. Those 10 points, say that Radnor didn't score those 10 points. If they didn't score that 10 points, Ghost is up 2 right now, and it's a whole different type of game. But now Ghost has to play from behind, and while they do get the ball to start the second half, it still is a high mountain to climb.
Well, Firebirds do trail by 8, but like you said, Caden, it is a mountain to climb against a good team in Radnor who has a possible D1 commit in Jackson Hickey, the junior. Dylan Sheed will inbound here for the Firebirds. And Dylan will inbound to Aiden Graham. Also out there along with Sheed and Graham is Riley, Sylvester, and McDermott. McDermott wanted the ball. Seamus gets it over to Dylan Sheed. That's for 3, and it just misses. Rebound is picked up by Jackson Hickey, and now going the other way is Mueller. Mueller has Justice in the corner, and it's missed. It was a long 2. Sheed gets the rebound.
Although Ghost missed the quick 3 early, that is the type of start that you really want, and they missed another one.
Ryan Sylvester misses the corner 3. Firebirds still down by 8. Just about 30 seconds here into the second half.
This is what you want to see out of your offense, that when you're down 8, you want them to not be afraid to take those 3-pointers and take those contested shots, and Ghost is doing just that pretty early.
Well, I would like to thank Mr. Profi and Mr. Garrison for joining us here on this Saturday afternoon, evening, kind of. Firebirds looking for a steal. It's picked up by Justice. Justice back out to Rosenblum. Rosenblum gets around Sylvester. There's Justice in the corner for 3. And Firebirds don't get the rebound. They needed to get the rebound there. Trying to get the steal was Graham, but Rosenblum gets it back. And it's now been about a good 45 seconds of pressure here by Radnor.
Say Radnor really doing a great job applying the pressure, as you said. But now that Ghost really needs their defense to step up.
That ball was almost kind of thrown into the parking lot.
Just a bit outside.
Hits off a chair. And the Firebirds will take over. All you need is points. You don't need threes. You need twos, at least. You need points, at least.
Yep.
There's Dylan Sheed. Over to Seamus. Graham thought about it.
Wide
now back
open.
to Seamus.
There
Wide
we
open
go.
three by
Yeah.
Seamus McDermott. Sham cuts the deficit to 5. Seamus now is out there along with Dylan Sheed.
Oh, my
Firebirds going to
God.
try to get a turnover here. They almost forced Thornton to get it, and the Firebirds go out of bounds. Falling on the ground is Aiden Graham, maybe in a little bit of pain. It is a floor foul against the Firebirds.
And although great defense there, that was a heartbreaking drive. Ghost could have turned that right around, and he made a 5-point play out of it. Just very bad luck, but still a great play on defense.
Mueller inbounds it. Sylvester fights for that was not Ryan, that was Aiden Graham who fights for the rebound, but it goes out of bounds. The ball will stay with the Radnor Raptors and number 13, Cooper Mueller. There's Rosenblum. Rosenblum to Thornton. Thornton at the top of the key, working against Sylvester. Thornton makes the move, still beyond the three-point line. 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Firebirds trail by 5. Here's Hickey. Hickey with tons of room. Does not get the layup to fall, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2 as he's fouled. Maybe by Dylan Sheed, maybe by Seamus McDermott. We'll see who the call's against.
Looked like Sheed.
It's on Ryan Sylvester.
Oh.
We were both wrong. First one at the line for Hickey, possible D1 commit, is good. Radnor leads by 6 now. First foul of the half for either teams belongs to the Firebirds, and Hickey's next one is good. Back up to a 7-point lead for Radnor. Seamus McDermott leads the point, gets to half court. Shane Riley to Dylan Sheed. Sheed goes to work against Justice. He loses the ball. It heads towards Jeff Jacoby, our athletic trainer. And the Firebirds now go back on defense just like that, and they can't turn it over like this, Caden.
Say once again, more turnovers. I'm sure Coach Chapman is not happy. They need to change this, and they need to do it fast.
Rosenblum to Hickey. Hickey getting all around Graham, and Hickey is
Good
traveled.
call.
He traveled. Thought it may have been a foul, but
Great
by
call in
the
the paint.
expression of Shane Riley and Aiden Graham, it looked like that it was going to be more of an offensive issue, and it was a travel with Jackson Hickey. Here's Seamus McDermott. Firebirds need buckets. Sham being double teamed. And Seamus McDermott has the ball taken from underneath him. There's Charlie Thornton,
there we
and
go.
Thornton loses it. Firebirds will take back over.
And as minor of a play as that looked, Ghost had needed that. That would have sent Radnor fans into a frenzy if that was a made 3.
Yeah.
God forbid. And Ghost really needs to capitalize now.
I mean, it's loud in here, and it's not nearly as crowded as it was the other night. There's
Oh.
Shane Riley for 3. This place would have been on really loud noises if that would have been put down. There's Rosenblum, looks for an outlet. He gets one to Thornton.
no.
Thornton wide open for 3. Sheed has to get this rebound. He doesn't. Hickey gets it, and now Justice goes up, and he is fouled. Not the sequence of events you wanted if you're a Firebird fan.
As I said, Ghost is really getting lucky here. Radnor could easily be at 50 points right now, but their shots have just not been dropping. Ghost has not been able to take the shots because of turnovers. They need to bring the turnovers down.
The foul is on Ryan Sylvester, and the first one is good. Checking in for the Firebirds is Ian Hendricks and Sean McGranahan. Checking out is Dylan Sheed and Aiden Graham. Less than 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Glad you could join us. Don't forget to like and subscribe for everything Holy Ghost-related, athletics, academics, extracurriculars, masses, you name it, we have it. David Chemansky with you here along with Caden Stewart and Tyler Muller, our courtside interviewer.
There we go.
There's
Oh.
Ian Hendricks, misses the 3.
But
Sylvester gets the rebound.
But there's the rebound. There we go. That's one of the steps to victory is rebounding, and they get the foul, so that's why rebounds are important. They were still able to possibly get some points out of this.
There's a floor foul against Jackson Hickey, and the Firebirds will keep trailing by 9. Then coaches versus Cancer Night. That's why the Firebirds are wearing their pink socks. Great initiative. Here's Ian Hendricks. Thought about the mid-range. That's
Great
Shane
pass. There
Riley
we
for
go.
3.
Oh.
Shane gets his own rebound, puts it up, and as Sylvester fights for it, there's a foul.
Good call once again.
And Charlie Thornton, who I think the foul is against, he is not happy about that call.
This is also able to get into the hands of heads of Radnor fans and players. You want to make sure that you keep forcing these contested calls and contested plays.
Well, I just watched the replay on the screen, and Ryan was fouled. Ryan was fouled. It may not have been by Charlie Thornton, but he was fouled. There was 3 Radnor jerseys who all had their hands all on Ryan. The second one is missed. Fighting for the rebound was McGranahan, but coming away with it is the visitors, the Raptors. Firebirds trail by 8. They need to cut into this deficit. It's been around this point for a little while now. Justice with the ball in the corner. Here's Thornton. Thornton being triple teamed. Back to Rosenblum. Rosenblum goes to work against Hendricks, who stays with him. Now Hickey gets free. Hickey, that's out to Rosenblum for 3. Rebound is picked up by no one yet, but Hickey gets it back. Firebirds need a rebound. They're flailing on defense, and it's a foul and an N1 for Jackson Hickey. I mean, that's where you hurt yourself right there. I mean, it's a good bucket by Hickey, but they missed consecutive shots. You need a rebound.
And that just cannot happen. This cannot happen for turnovers. There's only 11 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the game. 3:44 remaining in the third period. Ghost needs to start coming back. They need to start
Holy
attacking
Ghost
the net.
calls timeout, but I believe there's a technical here too. Just based off of the fact of how Mr. Chapman, and Mr. Chapman does get mad at times, but usually not directly at the refs, but this time it was more towards the refs. So we'll see what happens when we come back. Firebirds now trail by double digits. They'll need a comeback. We're late in the third. We'll be back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back here to the Chapman Arena. David Chmansky with you here along with Caden Stewart. So it's not a technical. They're just trying to make it a three-point play for Jackson Hickey. And also to give the Raptors an 11-point lead, and he does it.
All right, so now it's time for a Ghost run. They had a 7-0 run earlier in the game, and they need that again.
And as I've said it, you don't need threes. I mean, yes, you're down by 11, but twos work as long as you're getting stops. Watch the Firebirds have had troubles.
They have had a few great looks at threes, though. The shots just aren't dropping for Ghost. They need to figure out a way to make the shots drop.
There's
Here we
McDermott
go. There
from
we go.
downtown. Seamus McDermott, Sham, cuts the deficit to 8.
Now let's see how Ghost defense does.
Here's Charlie Thornton with the ball for the Raptors, and it will stay with Radnor. It's a foul against Holy Ghost. We'll see who it's against. Maybe against Riley. It's on Ian Hendricks. Correction. It was either him or Riley. Rosenblum over to Mueller. Going to work against Sylvester. There's Hickey. He takes it. And Jackson Hickey responds to McDermott's 3. Firebirds still down by 11. Sean McGranahan, the senior, has it back to McDermott, who just made a 3. Firebirds going to need him to get hot. Seamus looking for an outlet, and he loses it. The ball hits the doors. Dylan Shee checks in for Ryan Sylvester, and the Firebirds still trail by 11.
more sloppy play from Holy Ghost. Again, we keep saying it over and over. Turnovers are a problem. They need to be stopped.
Coach Chapman is not happy at all with the officials, and probably rightfully so. Here's a 3-ball downtown from Danny Rosenblum, and it's now a 14-point lead. Timeout called by Holy Ghost, and Radnor is feeling themselves. They have a big lead right now, and they are enjoying it. Firebirds need to cut into it. They trail by 14. We'll be back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more. All right, welcome back here to the Firebird Fieldhouse. David Chmansky with you here along with Caden Stewart. Caden, a lot of things need to change. Firebirds turning the ball over and not getting defensive stops.
A lot of things need to change, including the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds game plan. They need to start forcing Radnor outside the arch, make them want to shoot the inside shots, and Ghost needs to take on some threes. The more threes that Ghost hits and the more threes that Ghost attempts, the more shots they have to go in.
Firebirds are stripped of the ball. Coming away with it is Rosenblum, and he's in no hurry. Just 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Firebirds down by 2 touchdowns.
And Radnor also is going to try to kill the clock as much as possible. So when Ghost gets the ball, they will have to shoot it early and I'll say often too.
Ball goes out of bounds. McDermott was the last to touch it. Radnor will keep. Inbounding will be Cooper Mueller. There's Thornton. Thornton just to the right of us. To Rosenblum. Rosenblum going to work against McDermott. Rosenblum gets around him, but then passes out to Thornton. Thornton was almost stripped by McDermott, but he keeps possession of the ball. Rosenblum against McDermott. Good defense by Seamus. You don't need a foul here, and you'll get a foul. It's on the floor, it looks like.
Another issue that has been going against Ghost is the amount of foul shots that Radnor's taking. Ghost really needs to lower that number, and they do that by forcing Radnor to take those long shots, not having too many contested plays.
Aiden Graham checks in for the Firebirds. Sean McGranahan checks out. There's a layup, and Ian Hendricks couldn't get the rebound, and being fouled is Charlie Thornton. Well, I mean, not that letting them get wide open layups is a good thing, but they've missed the layups, but they've been bailed out by fouls, and that's another problem so far.
And Ghost lack of rebounding on the defensive side as well. On the offensive side, they've been doing fine, but the defensive side is where the money's made.
Thornton misses the first. Go to line and shoot one more. Just 90 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. 49-35 lead for Radnor. Sylvester checks in. Hendricks comes out. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. David Chmansky, the voice of Firebirds, with you here along with Caden Stewart here on this Saturday evening on Coaches versus Cancer Day. We've had basketball action all day here on the YouTube channel, and Thornton misses both. Firebirds get the rebound. It's Dylan Sheed, and now here we go maybe. Graham Kacker thought about the three, but he gets picked. McDermott fights to get the ball back, but he doesn't successfully get it back.
A lot of early Christmas gifts for Radnor as Ghost is just giving stuff away at this point.
Rosenblum has it going to work against McDermott. Firebirds need to D up here. Mueller at the point. To Hickey. Hickey again, a possible D1 commit for Radnor. Going to work here against Shane Riley. Gives it off to Justice. He has plenty of room. And Pierce Justice makes it the biggest lead of the day for Radnor at 16. There's Sheed. Sheed now is able to corral the pass, and it's stolen. Here's Hickey. Plenty of daylight, and Hickey nails the job.
say Radnor's getting too full of themselves. Ghosts need to hit a long three, and they need to shut them up.
Offensive foul against the Firebirds. And once again, Radnor looks like they're starting to trash talk a little bit, maybe, but we'll see what happens. Looks like some players met up there a little bit from both teams. They were not happy with each other. But that's basketball. That's sports sometimes.
Yeah.
Going inbound for Radnor is number 13. That's Cooper Mueller. Mueller gives it to Rosenblum. Rosenblum gets it back. Now Mueller is sprung. He heads towards the paint, and he tried to get it to Justice. Firebirds fight to get the rebound. They need to get these rebounds. It's second chance points all day for Radnor. There's Thornton. Thornton being surrounded. Back out to Justice. Justice to Hickey. 7 seconds against McDermott. They lead by 18 to Radnor, and there's a foul against Seamus McDermott. I don't think, and I don't necessarily think this is against the Firebirds directly, but there hasn't been a play recently that they haven't had a foul. And some of these look like that Radnor may be getting away with some, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not trying to play the game of, I mean, they're losing by 18 because they're turning the ball over and not playing well.
Yeah.
But the fouls that seem to be ticky-tacky are not helping either.
No, not at all. There's a lot of things that need to change. I'm sure Coach Chapman is very, very mad.
I mean, you look on the scoreboard as the extra there is made by Hickey. He'll go to the line for one more. Firebirds have 8 fouls to Radnor's 2.
As you said, ticky-tack. The ticky-tack and turnover, the 2 T's.
Trying to make it a 20-point lead for Radnor is Hickey, and he does so successfully. So the D1 commit makes it a 20-point game. Last chance for the Firebirds here in the third, and they miss the layup. And things are not going well in Firebird world. They trail by 20. And Tyler, go ahead, Kaden.
That play perfectly describes how this game has gone for Holy Ghost. They've had the opportunities, and they just have not capitalized right there. A wide-open chance at the net, and it just bounces right over the rim.
Well, you do have to give credit to Radnor because they've made their shots, and they've looked good tonight so far.
Yes, they
here
have.
Against Holy Ghost. All right, well, before we get into the fourth quarter, let's hand it over to Tyler Muller. Ty, things went downhill in that third quarter, and, you know, how would you describe it in briefly?
In brief terms, lots of turnovers, a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of open shots that were taken away and stolen. So I think they really need to capitalize on that and do better.
Well, thanks, Ty. We'll check up with you at the end of the game. Turnovers are a problem. Something to also keep in mind is that the student section is not the way it was the other night. And Radnor obviously has a clear big presence, and it's not exactly a full home court advantage here because Radnor's bench is loud as well.
As that, you have to give credit to Radnor on multiple parts. Their fans have really come out. Their gameplay has come out. They've had a lot of different players scoring tons and tons of points. This is amazing.
Well, the Firebirds changed things up. They go with an almost completely different lineup. Dasani McNeely Bronson checks in along with Mark Tomasetti, James Cahill, Colin Todd, and Sean McGrenahan. That's Rosenblum. Rosenblum is almost blocked. Firebirds fight for the rebound, and it will stay with Radnor.
But once again, the Holy Ghost prep defense with a good defensive play, and then they just lose the rebound.
Yeah, and something else, too, is that maybe Coach Chapman goes with this lineup because they have a little bit more speed, the players out there right now.
And speed is going to be the only winning factor that Ghost has left. They're down 20. They need points quick, and they need them fast.
That was against Sean McGrenahan, so going to the line to shoot 2 has been Hickey. And his first quarter was a little rough, but he's settled in, and he's really looked very good. First one at the line is good. It's now a 21-point deficit for the Firebirds. I mean, you just look at the scoreboard and see 9 fouls to 2. I mean, that tells you the story right there.
Yes, sir.
The next one is good, and if you had rebounding stats on there, it may not be any better.
Yeah.
Here's Mark Tomasetti. We'll try to get the Firebirds back into it. James Cahill, the senior. Back to Dasani. Dasani makes the move. And
There we go.
he makes the 2, and we'll see if that shot counts. The basket is good, and Dasani, McNeely, Bronson will go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play, and Dasani comes right into the game and makes a direct impact.
I'm saying a good play by Hassani. They really do need a lot more big plays like this.
Dasani at the line to shoot 1. And it's not a 3-point play. Misses the free throw, but good job by Dasani to make a tough layup there. Firebirds down by 20. They need stops. Many of them. Hickey to Justice in the corner. Justice back to Hickey. There's a 3, and it's good. Jackson Hickey gives Radnor a 23-point lead. I mean, that's just an excellent shot. That was great coverage by the Firebirds. That is an excellent shot.
So I can definitely see why Hickey's a D1 commit.
Good pass by Tomasetti. There's McNeely Bronson for 3. Just off the mark. Rebound is picked up by number 35. That's Cliff Smith for Radnor. Here's Hickey once again. There's another 3. He lets it fly. Good rebound by Colin Todd. Todd to Tomasetti. Tomasetti now uses his speed. He runs.
Yeah.
And Mark Tomasetti does not get the... He does get the N1. Thought the ref called an offensive foul there, but he doesn't. It's a foul against Radnor, and good job there by Tomasetti. Gets his first bucket of the night.
And hopefully not the last.
All speed there for Mark, and we'll see if he can make it a 3-point play. Tomasetti is good.
All right.
Ian Hendricks will check in. Thought they may have called a timeout there, but Hendricks will check in. Checking out is McGranahan. And thanks to Tomasetti and company, the Firebirds trail by 20. They've cut the deficit from 23 a couple minutes ago. They need stops, though. There's Mueller to Hickey. Hickey being guarded by Dasani. Dasani staying with them. Dasani's locking him down. There's a mid-range by Mueller. Rebound by Ian Hendricks. Good job by Ian. And now the Firebirds storm the other way, and they need buckets and buckets quick. Tomasetti goes, looks for a bucket, and just missed. Hit off the back of the net. Had a little too much mustard on that one.
Watch Hickey on this drive. He's going to get the ball. Hassani's going to be right on him, and as soon as Hassani leaves, Hickey is not going to touch the ball again.
Ball was knocked out of bounds there by a Firebird.
But as soon as, in the last drive, it looks like Hickey is the decoy, and Holy Ghost has not realized that yet. Hickey has not scored that many points compared to other guys like Justice on the Radnor team. Hickey is the decoy, as much as it shocks everyone to say it.
That's the Firebirds' 10th foul of the half.
Unbelievable.
First one at the line for Danny Rosenblum is good. Rosenblum has looked really good from 3 tonight. Dan Raxness, the senior, checks in for Colin Todd.
Look on the plus side. If it was 10 fouls and we were playing Ben Simmons, then it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, then. Rosenblum misses the second. Firebirds finally get a rebound. It's James Cahill who gets a job done. Tomasetti runs the point. Top of the key, over to Hendricks. Hendricks, who had a great game the other day in the Firebirds win against New Hope Solbury. Tomasetti stays with a good move by Mark. Hendricks fights for it and doesn't get the layup. Goes up for it again, and Ian Hendricks gets the job done.
So at this point, let's be honest, it doesn't look like Holy Ghost is going to win, but they might as well not get blown out. Let's make a good comeback at the end.
Yeah, let's make it interesting. Let's make them sweat a little bit. Here's Rosenblum. There's a pass to Hickey. Hickey thought about it, goes for the mid-range, and is good.
Oh. Another almost costly mistake there, a near turnover right in the hot zone.
A couple changes will be made by Radnor. Pierce Justice comes out. Out there for the Firebirds right now is Hendricks, Tomasetti, Cahill, Raxness, and McNeely Bronson. Tomasetti to Hendricks. Hendricks lets it fly from downtown, and it's good.
There we
Ian
go.
Hendricks. From way downtown. That was the shot he had the other night. Firebirds are going to need a lot of them here. Need a stop, though. Again, it all starts with stops. I mean, I know you're under 5 minutes now, but You really need stops. Rosenblum has a mid-range, and he hits it. Nothing but net. Timeout called by Radnor. Firebirds still trail by 20 with 4 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be right back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Stay tuned for much more. Welcome back here to the Chapman Arena here on this Saturday evening. Full of action here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. Coaches versus Cancer Day. We had 4 JV games earlier, freshman basketball this morning, the JV game, and now varsity. The varsity Firebirds trail 65-45 to Radnor, but all credit really does go to Radnor. They've looked really good in this one, especially their possible D1 commit in Jackson Hickey.
Hickey has looked great, but Radnor has really capitalized everywhere on every single play, it seems. And Negocius has not really had an answer all game.
Well, speaking of Hickey, he commits the foul there. It's on the floor. Cahill will inbound. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe. Trying to get to 725 subscribers. Oh, we did at 725. Look at that.
Nice.
Trying to get to 730. There's Ian Hendricks from downtown. Ian Hendricks. Off the backboard, rebound picked up by Mark Tomasetti, who just missed the layup. And we'll see what the call is here. And yeah, it looks like that's the Raptors will go down the court, will walk the court to shoot 2. Foul is against Dasani McNeely Bronson. Now, I think I'm not sure, but the Firebirds are for sure above 10 fouls now. But I don't think the scoreboard goes that high. And not that that's against the Fire. I mean, we've talked about it here. The Firebirds have committed some fouls here, but there's been some ticky-tacky calls. And also, too, Radnor has picked up their fouls, too. They've committed about 3 in the past 2 minutes. Yeah. So both teams have been in foul trouble. Firebirds, though, more than anything. Oh, my goodness. Second one is in and out, but look at Hickey. That's not Hickey. That is number 10, Nick Monty, with the rebound. Firebirds, though, are going to get possession. They trail by 21. Just over 4 minutes left to go here. Firebirds are right now finding themselves in a big hole. Stolen by number 13, Cooper Muir. Muir falls down, and he walked. So good news there for the Firebirds was that the travel was committed by Muir, because if not, it would have been either a foul or, a wide open 2. Noah McDermott checks in for the Firebirds. He's out there along with James Cahill, Dan Raxness, Dasani McNeely Bronson, and Ian Hendricks.
I will say I have noticed something that maybe a lot of people have not noticed, even with the turnovers. So even with those turnovers and fouls, Go still has 45 points on the board. That is still amazing for all those different bad stats against them.
McNeely Bronson, the ball was tipped, but it does get to Cahill. Cahill to Noah McDermott. The junior, Seamus and Noah are not brothers. Noah at the top of the key, bounce pass to Dasani, less than 4 minutes. Dan Raxness to Ian Hendricks, backs to Cahill. Cahill almost lost it. He needs some help. He gets it in the form of Dasani. There's Ian Hendricks from downtown. Ian misses the 3. Good attempt, though, and rebounding well there is Radnor. Radnor does have the size advantage, though. They have a lot of tall, very tall guys. So especially with Mel Lindsay not on the bench for this game.
Oh, yeah.
Who is 6'6".
It's like watching a pro NBA team play.
Nick Monty is out there. Dasani
there we go.
Comes away with the steal. McNeely Bronson has some daylight. And he is fouled. So Dasani will go to the line to shoot 2. Good steal there by McNeely Bronson. He'll try to capitalize. Foul is against Nick Monty. It's his first. It's Radnor's 6th. Going to check in here any minute. Looks like it's going to be Colin Todd and Jason Brown. At least for sure Colin, because he's waiting near the scorer's table, but Jason just took off the overshirt. First one is missed by Dasani. We'll go to the line to shoot one more. Colin Todd does check in. Seamus McDermott stays in. Or no, he's not in. My bad. Ian Hendricks comes out. I was looking for the player who came out there. One more at the line, and it's Dasani.
Oh.
It was in, but then came out. And even when the rim is against you some nights, you know it's not your night.
Yeah.
Michael Savadov is there. There's Monty. Monty gets the ball off, and we'll have a foul here against the Firebirds. It's going to be against Noah McDermott. It's a slash. It's his first. It's the Firebirds. I didn't hear the number there. It's number 2. It's Michael Savadov at the line for 2. First one is good.
So this is now the 12th foul of the half for Holy Ghost.
Jason Brown checks in for Dasani. Firebirds trail by 22. Less than 3 minutes to play. Thank you to all of our special guests today. There will be a post-game show, even though the Firebirds are in a big deficit. We'll talk about today's game, get a recap from Tyler, and we'll see how things go. Cliff Smith with the ball, the senior for Radnor. Back to Smith. Smith has all tons of daylight. Good move by Cliff Smith. And he gets Radnor their 69th point. And they lead Holy Ghost. James Cahill thinks about a decision here, gets it to Raxness. Raxness to Todd, Todd to Cahill, Cahill to McDermott. Thought about the 3 at the top of the key. Didn't take it. There's Cahill. There's Colin Todd. Todd goes up for the layup, misses it. He puts it back and one. Colin Todd. Colin Todd has a chance to make it a 3-point play. The foul is against number 42, Frank May, junior for Radnor. Again, thank you everyone for joining us. We want to wish everybody a happy holiday season. From our Holy Ghost Prep family to everyone out there. And Colin Todd makes the point and cuts the deficit to 21. Henry Pierce gives it to Monty. Monty going to work against Raxness. 120 seconds left here in this one. Cross to Monty. All time of day here given to Radnor. They could bake a cake. Mr. Provey would probably like a chocolate cake because he talked about chocolate ice cream. I didn't ask him about favorite cake, though. There's Henry Pierce. Ball stolen there by Jason Brown. Here's Noah McDermott with speed. McDermott, what a move by Noah McDermott. Well, that's a plus side on a day somewhat full of negatives.
Hey, it's what we were talking about earlier.
With this game, at least.
It's what we were talking about earlier. Just go out with a hot play.
Stolen by Colin Todd, and the Firebirds bench is bringing them to life. They trail by 19. James Cahill bounce pass to Todd. Colin Todd just missed the layup there. Firebirds have cut the deficit within 20, but they still are down by 19 with just 70 seconds left to go. Firebirds will fall to 3-1 after a tough loss to the Raptors, but they have played really well, especially their possible D1 commit Jackson Hickey, who's now on the bench. Back to Pierce. Pierce being heavily guarded by Cahill. Less than a minute. Pierce, the sophomore, going to work against the senior Cahill. Henry Pierce puts it up. Rebound is fought for by Pierce, but James Cahill, the heart and hustle James Cahill, comes away with the ball. Here's Noah McDermott. Noah McDermott shoots the 3 and just misses off the right side of the rim, getting it back.
There we go.
That was like right to you. That was a present.
Yeah.
Jason Brown is fouled.
All I was missing was some wrapping paper, a little bow on top.
26 seconds. Foul is against number 42, Frank May. It's his second. It's the Radnor Raptors' 8th foul of the night. 2 at the line for Jason Brown. First one misses off the back. Out there for the Firebirds right now for this last 30 seconds, at least for now, is Raxness, Colin Todd, Jason Brown, Noah McDermott, and James Cahill. Second one for James, or not for James. I'm going to say Jason Brown is good. Keeping it is Monty. There's a three in the corner by Will Remfrey. Misses. Firebirds trail by 18. There's McDermott, just 7 seconds. Cahill will take the three.
Oh,
James Cahill cuts the deficit to 15, and that will do it. Well, if there is a plus, the Firebirds cut it to 15, and at one point it looked like it may have gotten close to 30.
Yeah.
So to cut it to 15 is, I guess, the best news that you can accept.
That's
And
it.
the JV team won, so you can
Yeah,
accept that. It was a good win.
Yeah. I'd say it was a solid day. We had almost a buzzer beater in the JV game. The varsity game was still a solid game. A lot of turnovers, a lot of bad plays, but it's still always a good day. Holy Ghost Prep to call a basketball game. We loved the gym. The Firebird Fieldhouse was great. Radnor was a good opponent, well-spirited game. Even though we lost, still with a lot of positives to take out of it, but it's still a lot of things to work on.
Yeah, and absolutely, I think that's something that the Firebirds, of course, will have to work on. It was a slow start. They picked it up in the second quarter, but then towards the half, they had that three not go their way, and then they had some fouls go against them, and it didn't really work their way. All right, time to turn it over to the post-game show. Next game for the Firebirds is on Thursday, December 23rd. That'll be a 2 p.m. game against Bristol High School, just a varsity game that day. We should have the coverage for you. We'll double-check for everything with that. Tyler Muller, our courtside reporter for the last time today, my friend, summarized today's varsity game. Wasn't that great. JV gets the win. Varsity cuts it to within 15, but turnovers were a problem as well as just not making buckets when you had wide open chances.
I do agree. I think it was a hard-fought battle by the Firebirds, but I think the physical advantage of Radnor led them to the win.
Well, thank you, Tyler. We appreciate your contributions for the show today with Courtside Reporter. And it really was a great day, though. It was a great initiative in terms of Coaches versus Cancer. They were T-shirts, which Caden is sporting right now. I know that nobody can technically see it, but it has the Firebird logo on it, Coaches versus Cancer Classic. Thank you to Mr. Abramson, Mr. Jacobs, Matt, our producer in tech. And before we completely wrap it up, your player of the game today was, Caden?
I hate to say Dylan Sheed. He was still solid. He wasn't the big name. We didn't say his name a lot, but he was still solid on offense and defense. He was a really constant presence while the other guys kind of went on and off. Dylan Sheed still stayed there in the game and kept Holy Ghost Prep in the game for the most part.
Yeah, and that really is true. Shane Riley had some big threes in the beginning of the game, so I think he's a chance. Seamus McDermott, though, would have been my key to the game. He had a lot of downtown threes, especially early on in the game. They played better defense than Radnor at the end, but I thought Seamus had a good game, but so did, I thought, Dylan Sheed as well. So the Raptors, their player of the game, though, the overall player of the game, Firebirds didn't win, was Jackson Hickey.
Oh, yeah. It has to be Jackson Hickey. Although I did say he was the, did I say distraction, for lack of a better term? He was still able to get some points. But I really hope he has had success in college as a possible D1 commit. But Holy Ghost really needs to figure out a way to be able to lock down that one-star player that most of all teams are going to play this season has.
Yeah, and best of luck to Jackson as well. We did hear about his possible D1 chances, so we wish him the best of luck. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. I'm David Transky, the voice of the Firebirds, along with Caden Stewart. For everybody here that joined us, from Matt, our producer in tech, for Mr. Profi, who joined us and lost his phone in between the stands, along with Mr. Garrison, who talked about a lot of events on campus, and Tyler Muller, our courtside reporter. I'm David Chapansky, the voice of the Firebirds. Have a great night, and as always, treat others with love and respect. We'll see you on Thursday afternoon. Firebirds, though, do have an early game tomorrow. They're back at it 11:15 at the 76ers Chase Fieldhouse. It's where the Delaware Bluecoats play in Wilmington, Delaware. Firebirds will take on Strathaven tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody, and until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you on Thursday night for a Christmas somewhat matinee. Good night.